So looking into how week 1 went, when we dive into quarterbacks, we see that the number 1 quarterback was Lamar Jackson. This was a huge surprise considering that last year everyone thought he was just a mobile quarterback, had accuracy problems, but this week he lit it up. It's probably got a lot to do with the fact that he was playing against the Miami Dolphins defense, which is seeming to be terrible, but Hollywood Brown tore it up and Lamar Jackson hit him up for multiple touchdowns. Aside from him hitting number 1, the biggest disappointment of the week was Jameis Winston. Going into week 1, he was the expert rankings consensus number 3 pick. He actually ended up finishing as the 29th pick. Bit of a spoiler, if anyone hasn't seen the Thursday night game, this is being recorded on a Saturday. He's probably going to make this list again. He did not play very well. As for the biggest surprise, though, a little positive, we got Case Keenum. I thought it was going to be Matthew Stafford, which he was like the 4th ranked quarterback, but Case Keenum was not even ranked. I only actually looked at the top 27 rankings as a way that I was going to compare these from week to week, and Case Keenum wasn't even on the list, and he ended up finishing as the 6th ranked quarterback after the week was done. So, good job, Case. As for running backs, Austin Eckler was the number 1 running back. He tore it up, had a fantastic game. As for the disappointment side, that would go to Joe Mixon. Unfortunately for Joe, he got injured, so that's likely why he was on this list. But hopefully the injury isn't long lasting and he's able to come back a bit stronger. As for the big surprise, though, some people have him. He's probably the most streaky player as of last year. Derrick Henry. He had a monster game last week, but in addition to being ranked 3rd when the week was all said and done, the biggest surprise was because he was the expert consensus 25th ranked. So that was a huge difference for him. As for wide receivers, Sammy Watkins lit it up with Tyreek Hill getting injured, and it looks like it's going to be more than a couple weeks. Sammy Watkins went off for 3 touchdowns and had an amazing game. For the disappointment side, this pick hit hardest for me because sometimes in fantasy football you can get a bit too cute, and this is the definition of getting too cute. I thought Anthony Miller was going to be amazing. I drafted him in all 4 of my leagues, 2 of them being dynasty leagues. He went off for a total of 0 yards, 0 touchdowns for 0 points on a solid 1 target. That's a personal disappointment for me, but hopefully things get better for him going forward. As for the biggest surprise, though, Sammy Watkins was up there as well, but I don't want to say his name, twice, or at least go over it too much twice. But John Ross, that guy, from the highs of being drafted in the top 10 when he first came into the NFL to having just terrible seasons, to just blowing up and being the 3rd best wide receiver last week is just crazy. I don't know if he's going to be able to pick it up in a bunch of my leagues. He's still on the waiver wire, but attaboy, John Ross. Keep it up. For tight ends, the number 1 was Evan Ingram, essentially a wide receiver playing the tight end position. Just 11 catches. Guy's just a monster. For the biggest disappointments, for week 1, it was OJ Howard, because he was the expert ranked number 4 tight end, and he ended up as the 27th tight end. Again, this is being recorded on a Saturday, so spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen the Thursday night game yet or plans on watching it, he did worse. So Possible he's going to be on this again. But let's move on to a little bit more positive note, where the biggest surprise on the positive side was TJ Hawkinson. He had an expert ranking of 19th, and he actually ended up finishing as the second best tight end, and it was his first game ever. So as a Lions fan, that's amazing. For kicker, the number one was Harrison Butker, which is going to happen many times if you're the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs and that offense continues to click. That kicker is just going to get a ton of points just based on opportunity. Biggest disappointment goes to Jason Myers. He was the consensus ranking for 9th, and he actually ended up finishing 27th. For the biggest surprise is Zane Gonzalez. He was ranked 27th and actually finished as the 5th best kicker. For defense, the number one defense was San Francisco. For disappointments, Philadelphia was ranked as the number 2 ranked defense going into the week, but they finished as the 24th. And for the biggest surprise, it was a complete flip of that, where the Tennessee Titans were ranked 24th, because everyone thought that the Cleveland Browns were going to be amazing. They have Nick Chubb, they have Baker Mayfield, they just got Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry is still incredible, David Njoku's no joke, but I don't know, something about that Tennessee defense, they just stopped them and just they tore it up. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to try and do these for a few more weeks, see how it goes. If you like the channel, subscribe, like, let me know if there's anything that you want to see more. And yeah, see you guys next week.